Wait, Jess, who else are we missing?
Um, we have 6. I think one more.
No, there's 8 people.
Oh, sorry. I'd have the. Hold on. Let me get the.
Does anyone want to share anything interesting that happened this week?
Yeah.
Anything at all? Like, did you do anything fun? Did you eat something cool?
My cousin saw that my bird was raging, and I was like, "Don't do it." And she's like, "I'm gonna put my finger in the cage," and then my bird just quickly just went, and she's like, and I was like, "I told you not to."
What type of bird do you have?
I have a sun conure.
Oh, yeah, right. They're really loud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I almost got bit by my snake.
Wait, I feel like you guys have very exotic pets.
When did you get your snake? How long have you had your snake for?
I've had him for about, I want to say, a year and a half at this point.
Oh, wow.
What type of snake is it?
What's it called? Python of some sorts. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Ball python?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't really love snakes very much.
I love him. My snake's name is Ozzy. I named him after Ozzy Osbourne, so that was fun. And Julia's crying. Oh, I got new vinyls yesterday. That's what I did yesterday.
Nice, nice.
Okay.
Wait, I have a question. How are we going to extract DNA from a strawberry with
We will show you.
and some salt?
I guess
And
you'll have to wait and see.
liquids.
You'll have to wait and see.
We'll show you.
Yeah.
It's very cool, but we have to first get through some stuff. Like, you need to first understand what you're doing, and then we'll do the experiment. Okay, are we?
We're missing, let me see. It's Angelica. She's not here.
Okay.
Can
Can I?
who else? And
call them?
Cyan. She's not here either. Yeah. But thank you guys for showing up today.
Angelica. Okay, I've invited them.
Okay.
Oh. Does everyone have their like bag of stuff right next to them so you can just like get it?
Okay. Nice, nice.
Okay. It's basically there's like a folder, like a manila folder, and that's like for like there's like 3 worksheets in there. They're pretty simple. And then there should be like brown paper bags, and each brown bag is for each day, like each class session. So for today's class, take out the brown paper bag that has strawberries in them. And then you can leave everything else like next. So take out the brown paper bag with the strawberries in them. Yeah. And then you have a manila folder, and you have basically just like 3 worksheets in there. And we're going to do one of the worksheets today. The cell organelle worksheet. Does everyone know what a cell is? Like, does anyone know what that is?
Yeah, we can just, if you know anything about cells, you can just like tell us. It doesn't have to be like anything specific, just anything.
I don't think you don't learn cells until high school, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't learn the organelles until high school. So this will be completely new.
Okay.
Yeah, you might have to introduce them to cells.
Okay. Wait, we don't have, okay.
I guess we'll just get started. Okay, I'm just going to, and we'll just see if Cyan joins.
Yeah.
I did.
Did she tell you anything about like not being
She didn't
able to
tell
make
me.
it? Okay.
I texted her. Oh, she said, "Hi, I'm trying, but I think I'm having computer problems."
Oh, okay.
Okay. We'll just get started, but it's like not that important.
Okay.
Let me. Okay, Jess.
Okay.
Tell me when you see it on my screen.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, you can.
Okay, so I guess today we're going to be learning about molecular biology, and in that unit we're going to be talking about DNA and cells. So first we're going to look at some of the structures first. We're going to look at the structures of these, and you're going to do some worksheets. And then at the end, we're going to do this strawberry extracting DNA from strawberry experiment. So,
First of all, does anyone know anything about molecular biology? Has anyone ever heard of this word before? Sounds very fancy.
The biology formed between molecules.
Yes, that's right.
nice.
Good job.
Okay. So basically monomers and polymers. Monomer is a single molecule that can connect with other molecules of the same type, and then they form a chain. So you can see it's like, just think of it as like a train, and just forms a single train car. Okay. And then a polymer is a chain of monomers. So basically the same thing, but they form a chain. So it's like this other train. So it's just that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, basically our body is just made up of monomers and polymers, and basically molecules that are just like one or in a chain.
Mm-hmm. Carbohydrates. Yeah.
Anyone know what these are?
Do you have any have you heard the word? I'm sure you might have heard this word before. So like, do you connect it to anything when you hear this word? Like, what type of like foods? Anything?
I think it has to do with water.
I think we learned about this in PE class or something.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a very interesting thing. Okay.
So basically, types of food that are carbohydrates like sugar, bread, spaghetti, pasta. These are all examples of carbohydrates. And then these are basically monomers of carbs, and then they're called monosaccharides. So yeah, that's a that's a big word. I don't think you have to like remember it, but it's just for just a word that you can look at. Yeah. And then polymers of carbs are called polysaccharides. So yeah. Okay, and then basically the body, it wants to break down the carbs to use them. So it's a source of energy that your body needs. So basically it will disassemble the carbs into the structures that your body can use, and it goes into storage and health. So storage, you can see that the glucose turns into glycogen, and then that turns into the energy that your body has. That's basically stored in your body that you can use throughout the rest of the day. And then health, it gives energy to your muscles because what are you going to do if your muscles don't have energy? You're going to like collapse. So carbohydrates are definitely very important for your body, and we should all be having carbohydrates.
Yeah. Like if you don't have carbohydrates in yourself, then you can't run or do anything.
Lipids. Have you heard this word? Has
No.
anyone? Okay. You might like connect it with like fat. It's the similar
Fat. It's
thing.
basically fat.
Yeah. So it's a type of organic molecule. It's found in living things. So when you think of fat, what do you think of? Like, fat is used to keep things warm. So yes, it's important, but it's like this oily, waxy thing that is like that is in your body, and that it also doesn't dissolve in water. You might remember like, or not like remember, you might see if you put like oil in water, it wouldn't dissolve. That's basically the same thing with fat. And examples of these are butter, avocado, and salmon.
All delicious foods.
Yeah, that's
But don't eat
yeah. Fats
don't
are,
eat too much butter.
yeah, fats are important for your body, but just don't eat too many.
Yeah.
I don't like salmon very much.
Yeah, there are, yeah, it's not the only source of fat that you can,
Yeah, a lot of like foods you eat that your parents might tell you not to eat that much, like chips or something like that, has a lot of saturated fat, and that's like really bad for you. But like salmon and avocado, it's like better fats.
yeah.
Yeah, they
They're
have
like,
called omega-3s in them, and omega-3s they're used a lot in what's called a brain food, and a brain food is has fat in it, but the fat that's needed to make your body work.
There you go.
good job.
Brandon, that's very impressive. Okay.
Proteins. Have you heard of this? I think this word is more
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Meat.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So proteins, they're basically a nutrient that you can find in plants and animals. It's made up of amino acids. I'm not sure if you've heard of that, but yeah, it's like a polymer. And so yeah, so if you look to the left, here's a picture of an amino acid. Pretty sure you don't have to. You won't learn about this until like later in high school, but it's just a word to like keep in mind. So when you like come back to this, you'll be like, oh, I remember that word, amino acid.
Yeah, and it's like basically if you see it's like made out of H, which is hydrogen, O, which is oxygen. I'm sure you guys all have heard of oxygen. And like carbon and nitrogen. These are all elements that make up an amino acid.
Yeah, so proteins are like very, very important for living. If you don't have proteins, we wouldn't be sitting here today. You wouldn't be taking this class. So yeah, a human has tens of thousands of different types of proteins that they use all for different types of functions. Nucleic acids.
These you might not have heard of because it's like
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
but it's basically DNA. Yeah.
So it's they include DNA and RNA. It's like a complex organic substance, and basically just know that all the living cells, they have this inside of them, and they're made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and phosphate. These are all pure elements on the periodic table. And then there are also monomers, which are called nucleotides, and polymers are called polynucleotides. So
Yeah, these are just big words. We just
you
put
don't-
them there in
you
case
don't
you're
have to
interested.
remember it. Just if you're interested, you can just types of nitrogenous bases. Yay.
You guys, okay, wait, first we need to tell them what
Yeah. So
these are for.
looking at this picture, does anyone have an idea what this is showing?
Like, what is
Especially-
this?
what is that on the, yeah. Does anyone have an idea?
Is it genetics? Or like
Well,
okay.
yes, it's close. It's DNA basically.
And DNA is basically genetics. This is a strand of DNA, and DNA just makes up your genes, which are genetics, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just going to talk about the components of a DNA strand, which is made up of nitrogenous bases. And this is basically what's inside a strand of DNA.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of learned a little bit about this, because of snakes. But
Nice,
so,
nice.
like, you get like, so isn't it like half of the mother's DNA and half of the father's DNA, and that's why they're the different colors?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
so-
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's more like we're gonna learn about that in a couple of weeks, or like, I don't know, soon. We're gonna learn about that soon, about like genetics. But right now we're focusing on the DNA and the structure. But that's a very exciting unit, and I'm sure you'll be excited about that. Yeah.
So basically, you basically have these 4 nitrogenous bases that just keep on repeating in your DNA. So it's called A, G, C, or T, or adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. And as you can see here, A pairs with T, G pairs with C, C pairs with G, A pairs with T. And this just runs in your body like this. And it just keeps on going like that. And that's what makes up, your genes. And the order of these like letters is what makes you you. So for example, like, what makes your hair black? It comes from your parents, right? And then basically the coloring of your hair is coded for by like these 4 bases. And it's pretty amazing because these 4 letters just make up your entire genetics, like your genetic code.
These simple proteins. So we don't just find this DNA anywhere in our body. I'm sure we're going to look at the cell structure in a couple of minutes, but just remember that the DNA is found in the nucleus. So the nucleus is like the center of the cell. It's like the hub. It's where the information is stored.
Yeah, and we're going to extract this stuff out of a strawberry soon.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
But-
Yeah.
Do strawberries have a mitochondria, or is that just completely wrong?
Someone just joined. Strawberries, they do, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because, well, no, they're plants.
I'm pretty
But
sure
do you guys
plant cells do have mitochondria, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty yeah.
They have mitochondria. Everyone has well, not everyone has a mitochondria, but most things do. I'm pretty sure they have. That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure most things have mitochondria because mitochondria is what, like, basically, actually, mitochondria would take in, like, mitochondria basically uses, like, what is it? It uses oxygen and like stuff to make glucose. Not to make glucose. It uses glucose and oxygen to make carbon dioxide and stuff, but plants use carbon dioxide to make glucose. So plants and us, we have flipped processes for making the energy we need, because plants need glucose as their food, but we use up glucose to make the energy we need. But this gets complicated. You learn this in high school. We're still learning this right now. Photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Yeah.
DNA, yay.
Yeah, this is basically just the same thing. You see adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine.
Mm. They have their color. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Organelles in animal cells. So basically what organelles are, they're like small structures in the cell that they perform specific functions for that cell. So here's an analogy. There are organs in a body and there are organelles in a cell. So they perform a specific function and they just do that for the body, or they do it for the cell.
So what is a cell, first of all?
All right. Okay, so we've spoken a bit about all of this. So does anyone have an idea of what a cell is? Just
Is the cell
anything.
DNA that like comes together and makes a singular ball of DNA, and then it's a cell, or is that completely wrong?
So the DNA resides
Close.
inside of the cell. So each cell would have DNA in it. It wouldn't, yeah, basically that's what happens.
But basically, cells are just like super tiny things and you cannot see them. So, for example, so everyone knows what your heart is, right? And what your brain is. And those are called organs. And then organs are made up of tissues, which are, I guess you could say, they're kind of like the bricks of the wall. So, like the tissues of the organ. And then inside the tissues, there are cells. And cells are too tiny, you can't see them. But they just basically make up your organs. And then we're going to talk about what's inside a cell, which is even tinier. There's no way you can see that, but scientists have found ways to like see it through super high-tech microscopes and stuff. And cells basically make up your entire body. So like there's like, I don't even know what the number is, but it's insane. There's a lot of cells in your body, and your cells are like, I don't know if you guys know what like neurons are, but those are brain cells. And then like heart cells are different, and then muscle cells. So like there's different kinds of cells in your body. Oh, and what makes your blood red? It's the blood cells. The blood cells are red, so then your blood is red, when you cut yourself or something. But you can't see the individual cells, you just see all of them together, so it makes that red color.
Mhm.
We're going to talk about what's inside a cell.
And please don't eat your strawberries. Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't eat your strawberries. I mean, you can eat one, but I would recommend you don't.
Yeah, please.
So we only need 2, maybe?
But if you
Maybe
eat one,
if there are any left over after the experiment, like we only use 2, then I'll get to eat the other one.
I mean, the more strawberries you have, the more chance of success you have of extracting DNA, because otherwise we can't guarantee that you will
What's
be
the
able to
point?
extract DNA. Otherwise you might
After
like,
I use up some strawberries, if there's any left, I'll eat those.
because you need to like crush up all the strawberries and put in alcohol for the experiment. So after you use them after they're used for the experiment, you can't exactly eat them.
Yeah. You're going to put a bunch of stuff into the strawberry
Yeah.
to get the DNA out. But anyway, we're going to talk about organelles.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a plasma membrane. This is going to be a lot of information. Maybe we should show you the picture first.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure everyone has worksheets. So while we're going through this, you can I think you can fill out the worksheet as we go through this, or you
Yeah, it's in your it's everyone. If everyone can go to their bag, and it's like a manila folder, and then there's like 3 papers in there. Take out the paper that's titled like animal cell organelle worksheet or something like that. And it basically has a picture of a cell, and you have to fill in the blanks as to what organelles there are.
Yeah.
And then and the bottom half of the page is like describing what the functions of the organelles are. But we're gonna show you right now, so you guys can fill it in as we like talk. And also, you guys, if you want to, you can also color in the cell if you have like color pencils or crayons or something like that. Okay. Maybe we should just fill in this part first. Um, let me show you. So this is like, it's too hard if we don't. Basically, you guys can copy this because it's too hard to memorize if you're just learning it.
Yeah.
But at the very top up here is the mitochondria. Does everyone have their worksheet in front of them? If you do not, just unmute right now. Okay. So the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. And then you have ribosomes, which are these tiny dots. We're going to talk about their function later. And then the cytoskeleton, we're not really going to talk about that because that one's not on the other. Well, I guess you could talk about it. The cytoskeleton is these like tube thingies. I guess we could talk about those, yeah. And then the cell membrane is basically this line. It basically encloses the whole cell like this. It's like the boundary. Then you have the cytoplasm, which is basically the space in between all the different organelles. It's like a fluid thing. And then you have Golgi bodies, which are these things. Okay, Jess, you want to do the rest?
Okay. Wait, did you do all the okay? There's wait, hold on.
Okay.
You just-
These like circle thingies are the vacuoles. And we'll also talk about them later. And then the nucleus, which is this giant thing, it basically protects the DNA, which we talked about already. And the nucleolus, which is the middle thing, middle circle, that is where the DNA actually is, I think. And then the rest of the nucleus just protects the DNA from the rest of the cell. Like, because we don't want the rest of the cell coming in and like messing with the DNA. So the DNA is very protected right in the middle.
Yeah.
And then you have an ER, which are these things surrounding it. And it's basically shortened for endoplasmic reticulum, which I'll talk about later. And then you have a lysosome here. And these are the many parts of the cell organelle. It's a lot.
Right, yeah. You don't have to
If
like,
anyone's still writing,
what was that?
What?
Willa?
It looks like there's a lot of parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of parts, but they all have their own like function and they're all very important for the cell in order for it to survive. And remember that although this is a big picture, but these cells are very, very small, so you can't like see them unless you use a microscope, then you can see the cells. You might get a chance to look at them later in school. But yeah, just remember that these are very, very small and there are like a lot of these in your body and they all have like different functions.
Yeah, and when we extract the DNA out of the strawberry, we're going to have to do a bunch of stuff where we break down this cell membrane and we break down this nucleus wall by adding in a bunch of chemicals, and then you'll be able to get the DNA out. That's how we're going to do it.
Yes, it's going to be exciting.
Is anyone still writing this stuff down?
Yeah, it's okay if you are. Just
Do we need to fill out the part that says cell part and then function of the cell, or do we just need to do the thing that looks like an egg?
Just the thing that looks like an egg for now. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to just go, this is like a colored version. They all look basically the same. Now I'll just like talk briefly about these, but we have a page, but yeah, we have a page later on which will show you in a more organized fashion. So the plasma membrane, which was basically the thing surrounding like the barrier, it encloses the cell, and it basically like it acts like a wall. It acts like there's like guards at the gate, I guess you could say, quote unquote, which lets in certain things and doesn't let in certain things. into the cell. So it can let in water and oxygen, for example, but it might not let in like carbon dioxide, let's say that, you know. Then you have the smooth ER, which was the endoplasmic reticulum you saw. And it basically just makes like lipids and carbohydrates, which we just learned about. They have the nucleus, which contains, you know, the DNA. The Golgi apparatus, let's just go to here. The Golgi body or apparatus are these things, and they basically are the post office, and and we learned about proteins, right? So then they basically take in the proteins and then they ship them off to other places in the cell. That's why you see like these Golgi bodies are like kind of like longish. We have the rough ER, rough endoplasmic reticulum. It transports vesicles and take proteins away. And it's basically this thing. The mitochondria, energy. Ribosomes are the small dots you saw, and they make proteins. And then the vacuoles, which are like circles-ish, they basically store information. And then lysosomes, which kind of look similar, they're also circles-ish.
Lots of
They
sense.
basically, yeah, they're like the trash cans of the cell. You just put trash into them and then they like grind all the trash up. And then the cytoplasm is like this fluid in the inside. And it just like, all of the organelles rest on the cytoplasm. You can think of cytoplasm as like, maybe like Jello or something like that. And then when you put stuff on Jello, it kind of just like sits there. So now we have this. You do not have to copy all this down. You can literally write one word. But if you want to, you can copy everything down. Like for nucleus, you can just write DNA. The ER, and it's like basically the post office. The ribosome is where proteins are made. And the cytoplasm is like the jello, the fluid inside the cell, which holds all the organelles. Nucleolus, you can just say it's also part of the nucleus. You don't need to know this. This is a little bit more complicated. And then the Golgi body, it basically like packages and ships proteins all around. The cell membrane surrounds everything. It's like the wall. Lysosome is the trash can. Mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. And the vacuole is basically like their storage center. And this is a lot of stuff. We're just introducing you to this. You're going to learn about this in 9th grade. But
Yeah.
Okay, does anyone want me to stay on this slide?
I would like you to actually get on with the experiment because the longer the strawberries sit there, the more I want to eat.
Okay, we're going to do strawberries now, extracting DNA. Because, yeah, people are getting hungry. Okay.
Finally!
So everyone make sure that you have this stuff. Wow, there's a typo. Dishwashing liquid. Dishwashing liquid. So
These
if you guys,
strawberries really do look delicious, though.
yeah, just try to, stop
Am I
yourself.
allowed to wear gloves? I'm allergic to strawberries.
Oh, you're allergic to strawberries?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, am I allowed to use gloves so I don't like get the stuff on my hands?
Yeah,
No,
sure,
yeah, for
sure.
sure. Yeah. So does everyone have like the brown bag of this stuff in front of them? Like, if you don't, I'll give you like 5 seconds to find it.
Yeah. Just go like grab the bag that you picked up today.
Yeah, and there's like a brown bag with a mini bag of strawberries and like some plastic cups. But we only need 1 cup today. The other 4 cups that I gave you are for a future day, so just put them aside. And
I have 6 cups total.
okay, you got an extra one. But yeah, we only need 1 for today. You can put the other 5 to the side.
Yeah,
And
please don't throw them away.
yeah, and then there's gonna be like many plastic bags in there, and that's because that's for a reason we'll tell you later. But in one of the plastic bags, you're gonna see like 2 other plastic bags that have like some weird liquid inside them. There's gonna be like a green liquid, and then there's like a clear liquid. The green one is the dishwashing liquid, and then the clear liquid is the rubbing alcohol. That should say 1/2 cup.
Wow.
Jess, good job on this.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now we're gonna watch the video, basically telling you what to do. And then we're gonna rewatch it and I'm gonna stop after each step.
Where's the video? Oh, okay,
Here.
there it is.
Let me go to it actually. We're gonna watch it all the way through first, too, so we have an idea.
Pretty much everybody has heard about DNA from the telly, and it's really popular for people to get their DNA tested to tell them about things like their ancestry. But hardly anyone is actually seeing what DNA actually looks like. So this is a really quick little experiment that you can do at home using household goods so you can actually see DNA yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to get DNA from strawberries, and what you need to do is just take the tops off of the strawberries because it's really, really hard to break up those leaves and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the strawberries into a bag because the DNA that we are interested in is in the cells, and it's in a little structure known as the nucleus. So what we need to do is we need to break open the cell walls and get to that DNA by squishing up the strawberries. So this is going to take a little bit of time, and what you want to do is you want to get them as nice and as smooth a paste as possible. So you just have to work at it, basically.
Wait, are we supposed to be doing this as she does the thing?
Okay.
No, just watch it.
Now that we've broken down the cell walls a little bit just mechanically, what we want to do is we want to add a little bit of water because we're going to get the DNA to come into solution. So we've got about 100 mils of water here, not terribly much. And then we can break down the cell walls not just mechanically by squishing them, but also using washing up liquid because the cell walls are made up of a fatty material. And so the washing up liquid, just a few drops is fine. It's going to help to break down those cell walls and break down the nucleus for us as well to release that DNA into solution. And then we're just going to add a pinch of table salt. And what that will do is help to clump the DNA strands together. So let's close this back up again. And we're going to give it a little squish. So what's happening now is you've got the DNA is coming out into the water. But there's lots of things in here that we don't want. So bits of cell wall, bits of cell that we don't want. We want the DNA that's come into solution. So what we need to do is we need to filter out those bits we don't want. And we're just going to do that with filter paper. This is a coffee filter. Just pop it into a little funnel there and then just pour this in. And then what happens is the cell walls, the bits of stuff we're not interested in, hopefully will stay in the filter paper, and the stuff we are interested in, the DNA, will come through in that water. So that's going to take a little while for that to happen, so you just have to let it go for a bit. Now what's happened is the DNA has come through and it's in that water. Now DNA stays quite nicely dissolved in water, but it doesn't stay dissolved in alcohol. So what we need to do is we need to add alcohol. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour this into here. Now you can do all this with your own spit if you like, but it takes quite a bit of time to get enough spit together to be able to get a really good set that you can look at. Now I have got a really high proof alcohol. This is actually a white rum, really high proof, which is great, but you can use methylated spirits if you want to use a cheaper option. And what we're going to do is we're just going to add alcohol to the top of this. Now you don't want to mix it in too much. What you're going to do is you're going to basically rest this alcohol here on the top, and you'll see that where the two layers meet, the DNA is going to start to come out of solution. It doesn't like being in solution in the alcohol. It can't do it. So what it does is it starts to precipitate out. We'll do about equal amounts of each one. So equal amounts of alcohol to strawberry juice, like this. And you can see it already. So you can see what looks like sort of like clouds or cotton wool. And that's the DNA starting to precipitate out of solution. So if you have a look where the two layers meet, you can see what looks like cotton wool, little strands of cotton wool coming out of solution there. And that's the DNA starting to precipitate out. If you leave it for a little bit, what you'll get is a layer of what looks like clouds. And that's the DNA that you can actually see there. So we'll just leave that for a bit and you'll get a better look at it, like that. And that's something you can really easily do at home, so you can actually see DNA yourself.
Okay, so anyone have any questions before we start doing this? No questions.
Are we supposed to take the tops off the strawberries before we crush them?
Yes.
Yeah, do that. You can either use a knife to cut it off, or you can just try your best to pluck the leaves off.
Yeah. Good. We'll go to the very beginning again. But everyone for now, just first like pluck the leaves off, and then here, I'll show you.
Home using household goods, so you can actually see DNA yourself. The tops off of the strawberries, because it's really hard to break up those leaves and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the strawberries into a bag, because the DNA that we are interested in is in the cells, and it's in a little structure known as the nucleus. So what we need to do is we need to break open the cell walls and get to that DNA by squishing up the strawberries. So this is going to take a little bit of time, and what you want to do is you want to get them as nice and as smooth a paste as possible. So you just have to work at it, basically.
Okay, so I gave you guys 2 plastic bags, one inside the other. So I did that because I didn't want the strawberry stuff like spilling out when you're squishing them. So just put it inside the smaller bag, and then you have to basically zip up 2 bags. And then you can start squishing them after you take off the leaves.
So we use the bag that they came in, and then we...
My dad cut off the leaf parts for me.
Nice.
Cool. No, you don't have to. You can if you want to put. Actually, I would recommend you using the other bag I gave you guys. So I gave you guys another bag that has like nothing in it, I think. Yeah.
So when you're crushing the strawberries with your hands, try and be like as careful as you can, because you don't want to break the plastic bag. Just like don't like squash them like using too much force. Just be gentle, basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, just like use your hand to go like this. And until like you
It's
get them
gonna
in.
it's gonna take some time to crush them, but
Don't leave too much air in your bag. I already found my first mistake.
yeah. So you want to crush them to the point where they can't be crushed anymore. So as crushed as they will get, yeah, that way, because we're gonna need to get the juice out of the strawberries. So the more you crush them, the more juice you can get, and the more juice you can get, the more DNA you'll extract.
That one kid in class.
Yeah. Is anyone not squishing up their strawberries right now and needs like help or anything?
Why do I feel like this is what the cafeteria used to do at school to like make the frozen strawberry things that they give us? Yeah, just sit for hours crushing up strawberries.
You know what? I wouldn't.
Then
I
your respect for cafeteria.
You might be right about that. My school was just really fun, and like they used to give us ice milk, where it wasn't even liquid milk. It was just
Okay, I
ice.
cannot stand the ice milk they used to give it. I don't know why, but I never liked the ice milk.
Icy chocolate milk.
I don't like milk.
Yeah. I still drink milk like every single night before I go to sleep.
Illegal.
Why is this so satisfying?
I don't know.
And
Something
it
about this
also
feels
hurts your soul at the same time.
R.I.P. the strawberries, 2020 whatever to 2021.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's very satisfying because it's kind of like playing with slime where you're just like squishing.
Yeah, it's satisfying, but it also crushes your soul at the same time because you're
I
like,
came
darn
to
it.
the realization this week that like if you like really listen to it and I tell you that that I'm from Wales, you can kind of hear that I still have not completely grown out of the accent.
Oh
It's
wow.
not noticeable. Until one like kid in my gym class started screaming, "Are you British, mate? Are you British?
Oh my god.
You British, mate?"
In class, I never said, hey guys. I used to say y'all because I didn't want to exclude anyone.
I don't know how I introduce myself to people. I say people a lot.
I would be in class and I would be like, y'all know.
I say mate. Like that's one of the things that became a habit and I've never stopped doing is the mate thing.
Hello, Mike.
How do your strawberries look? Can everyone hold them up to the camera?
Illegal. Like this looks
Mine
like
are not fully squished yet.
Okay,
Mine looks
yeah,
like
you need
somebody
to
tried out a
try
crime scene.
and squish them more.
Mine are
I'm
just
not watching-
really, it looks like guts.
Oh, wait, you know what I'm upset about? Why is Criminal Minds trendy? Like, I don't like that. I was watching Criminal Minds like 5 months ago, got laughed at for it, but now it's cool to watch Criminal Minds? Like, what? No.
That is true.
Oh, what's his name? The character, the bald guy, I don't know. But
Yeah, my mom.
I feel like every single mom or like grandma are like,
Aunt.
yeah. I remember watching that and I was like, what's his name? Reed? I think that's his name.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I remember being like, I'm gonna be the next Reed.
You know what I also don't like? Why is American Horror Story trendy?
I've never watched it.
There are only a few seasons that I really, really liked. A few, like, for the most part, I'd say it's okay. You know what I'm late to a trend was? I think I watched all of 6 seasons of Glee at the beginning of quarantine.
Wow.
I've just been watching anime.
See, okay, I watched Glee. If anyone has watched Glee, you know I was infuriated. After season 4, they snubbed everyone. Like, they made the show about Kurt and Rachel. No one else mattered. It was just Kurt and Rachel. That was honestly disrespectful. Like, they completely forgot about Mercedes. That was so rude.
Is that a car?
My AC/DC record is almost here. I just got the alert.
Strawberry is so hard to smash.
They're not.
I know it is really hard, but you just gotta be patient and keep smashing it.
Angelia, who's your favorite band?
My favorite band?
Is this all smashed?
Yeah.
That's like asking somebody.
That looks pretty
What's-
good actually.
That's a hard question. That's
There's
like
still
asking
little
me, like,
pieces of strawberry skin in there, though.
Right now, I would say my favorites are like Metallica and Motley Crue and Black Sabbath.
those are really good.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna get hate for this, but I don't understand how people love Guns N' Roses as much as they do. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but Axl Rose has a very punchable face.
You're not entirely wrong though.
See, yesterday was his birthday, and then the day before that was Duff's birthday.
Okay, but whatchamacallit? My cousin was like, she doesn't like, she's more on the Taylor Swift side,
I
right?
think that one needs a bit more squashing.
Gosh, why do I feel like I'm trying to make like why do I feel like
You know what I
Like,
did?
The strawberries are well squished.
I was in my
Okay.
listening to Metallica, and my mom walks in. She's like, "Do you even know what these people are saying?" Mom, that's not the point. You're not supposed to know what they're saying.
Okay, we'll give everyone like
seriously?
2 more minutes to squish your strawberries and then we'll move on. What do you say, Charlie?
The more squish, the better.
Does this look good yet, or should I?
How'd she do it so quickly? Like
I think that
I
looks good
don't know how-
actually.
were her
You can just
strawberries
wait.
like rotting and they were all
Is this good?
squishy already?
I'm
It's
excited
actually better.
next
If
month.
they're rotting, it's easier.
Something about the sight
Okay.
of squished up fruit disgusts me, and I don't know what
My
it is.
dad says they're more than squished enough.
You know what's really gross, but no one else thinks is gross? Okay. Cheese.
It is sort of gross.
I
I
don't
mean,
like
although I'd much rather be squishing them than not eating them at all and throwing them in the garbage can, because that would just be sad.
Mine is still over here looking like guts.
Yeah, no, this looks illegal. Like,
Yeah.
meanwhile, on the backlot of Criminal Minds, a bunch of innocent children got stuck making their blood for them.
This looks like the slime that I tried to make in 3rd grade. Not
This looks
the-
like
The Joker!
I'm
Oh.
not gonna lie. I used to
Hi.
okay. I used
Isabella
to,
is finally in my, what's it called? Isabella's in my, I think math class.
what? Ugh, lucky man. I miss her
That was-
so much.
What school do you go to, Angelia?
I'm going to Marshall and I miss her so much.
We go to Elliott.
Like, okay, honestly, I'm surprised that she's not afraid of me. But like, okay, I really miss her. Yeah. She's my best. She's like my best friend. She's like my only friend
This
that
looks
I have right now.
You know what it looks like? Okay, have you ever been to a hotel bathroom? But like the person before didn't flush and housekeeping didn't.
No.
I'm sorry.
I think this is squished enough, right?
Did you know that in Japan you're not supposed to use soap?
I can't. Jess, can you see? I can't see
Before
everyone's
a
camera.
test or
I can
whatever.
see what you're presenting. Can you not see what? Wait, maybe stop sharing and then share again. It
I
might
know,
be a
like,
bit
this is
buggy.
probably gonna be like trigger warning, but I used to eat like whenever I used to eat bananas and strawberries, I used to squash them up and then I used to mix them together, and I used to eat it like mush.
No.
Yeah.
You know what's like a weird food combo that I honestly think is like, it's not even weird, but so many people have told me that it's weird. Ranch and cheese pizza is so good together.
What do you mean? That's like a good combo.
I don't like cheese, but
Oh,
cheese
that
pizza
is a
with
good
ranch dressing
combo.
is so good.
You know what people would? Okay. This one's probably like a really weird combo.
Ketchup and
Cookies and no bacon. No, not bacon. Yeah, bacon, eggs, and syrup.
syrup.
Yeah, syrup with bacon and eggs.
My mom does that. I don't like my
Have
food.
you guys had mulberry syrup before?
Weird.
What is that? It's like syrup that comes out of a mulberry.
No, it's just smashed mulberries mixed with syrup, apparently. But according to the rest of my family, it tastes really good.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
haven't
What
really
is
tried it yet.
Mulberries are real things. I always thought they're just like nursery rhyme things. Like how Humpty Dumpty isn't real.
No, they
There's
didn't
a mulberry tree at my summer camp. Also, there's an apple tree, but the mulberry tree has tons.
Hey, do you guys remember when school was only going to be shut down for 2 weeks, or is that just me?
I remember being
Yeah.
like, "Hey, teacher, is it going to
Everyone
shut
was so
down?"
happy.
And the
I
teacher
had an
was like,
entire day.
"No, don't worry
Everyone was
about
so
that."
happy, and then a bit
Yeah.
after, we're
All
like,
knew it was
I
gonna
want to see my
happen,
friends.
too.
That was about a year ago.
Yeah, it's a year ago on March 13th. But the thing is, like, we all knew it was going to happen, but everyone kept saying it wasn't going to happen.
Okay,
So,
I have a
I was
question.
like,
Did
yay,
it ever
no
say
more
in the
school.
nursery rhyme that Humpty Dumpty was an egg? Did it?
Humpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a good fall. All the things was another then could have Humpty been together. Oh my gosh! Wait, Humpty was never an egg. Humpty Dumpty could be a bowl of cereal for all I care.
Oh no.
Okay, guys,
Humpty
moving on.
Dumpty is
Guys,
technically a fried egg.
guys,
Okay, you guys
time to move on. Okay, so I'm guessing everyone's crushed your strawberries.
Very much so.
Okay. So the next thing is in a cup, mix half a cup of water, 1 tablespoon
You
of
don't,
salt.
have to, you don't have to put it in a cup. Just pour in half a cup of water, pour in 1 teaspoon salt and the dishwashing liquid I gave you guys.
Yeah.
Like the green liquid.
Pour it into the
Are,
bag.
are we supposed to do that after we put the strawberry thing in the cup?
Don't put the strawberries in the cup yet. We're still having the strawberries in the bag. Like in the bag, just pour in half a cup of water, 1 teaspoon salt, and the dishwashing liquid, 2 teaspoons of that.
I'm not sure how much half a cup is.
I'm pretty sure Gordon Ramsay is very pleased right now.
I've only
Yeah,
had
you can totally
Hell?
dishwashing liquid.
Yeah,
Dishwashing liquid is not for eating.
Gordon Ramsay, you have to.
Yeah, make sure
No.
you don't eat these because that wouldn't be good at all.
Have you guys seen Superbad?
Have you watched Nailed It?
Yeah, nailed it. Okay.
That's like, yes.
Nailed it was
Wait a moment. Now what?
Oh my gosh, have you seen that episode where she's like, "You have 5 more minutes, F-I-F-E."
Yes.
That was my favorite part.
Then hurry up and make it
Yeah,
up.
pour all this stuff into the bag. Ignore the part in a cup. Just like mix this half cup water, 1 teaspoon salt, and 2 teaspoon dishwashing liquid into the bag.
Oh.
And then once you get it into the bag, and then zip up the bag again, like zip it up again, and then squish it up even more. So you want to mix everything in.
Wait,
So
what?
how much of this Wait, so do we just pour in the whole bag of this?
I'm doing
Do you guys have measuring spoons or anything?
Yes. So are we doing this all in the bag with the strawberries?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, it's looking very delicious. Yeah.
This up. Please do not spill on my pants. I just got these. They are very much designer pants from Target. On a budget.
Wait, we're putting the strawberries in the cup?
No.
Pour everything into
You
a
just okay, the bag you just mixed, right? You just like squished up this bag of strawberries. Into this bag of strawberries, put this stuff in: water, salt, and dishwashing liquid.
You know how people say like they dress up as a nerd for Halloween? They usually end up dressing like me, and I don't know whether to be offended or not.
Wait, they dress up like a what for Halloween?
A nerd for Halloween,
Oh,
and
no.
they usually end up dressing like how I dress.
And if it makes me feel any better. When people say I'm going to dress up like a
Wait,
child who does not
Are
know.
we supposed to... Wait, what are we supposed to pour into the bag with the strawberries again?
What's on the screen?
The water, the salt, and
The order matter? 'Cause I feel like I'm messing this
No.
up.
the dish.
Ooh, it's
Or
looking very delicious.
I hate this. Water. Salt.
Alright, how much dishwashing soap did you even put in this bag?
The
I put
measurements
a lot.
don't matter, Hello. Measurements are for chumps and people who care too much about the world.
It's important for this
There.
experiment. So if you want to extract DNA, maybe follow the measurements.
it doesn't have to be exact, but try to get close to that.
Exactly. It's
I'm-
good practice for high school when you actually have to like be very precise in your experiment.
It's also good practice for when I go onto Hex Kitchen.
Okay, honestly, it's not a good idea to take my advice with anything that has to do with measurements because I do not know the difference between a teaspoon and a tablespoon, and I almost killed us. I almost killed everyone in my house a few times trying to bake cookies. My sister just
Oh,
entire dining room table. How do you?
no, what I end up doing is I overcook everything. I
Yes,
just burn
I
everything.
I'll get completely sidetracked while baking, so then I'll like start doing something.
When we're done pouring everything into the bag, we squish it up, right?
Yes, squish it up again.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Just, like,
that's
try
my
and mix it.
problem.
Try and mix all the stuff that you just put in the bag as
This
well as
looks
possible.
very delicious right now.
Do not eat it or drink it. Do not put it in your
This
mouth.
is like what they should injection.
This
Or do
reminds
what-
me of that moment in the Guardians of the Galaxy where
No.
Rocket's like,
No.
don't click that button, right? And then Groot's like, so that, and he's like, do not click that button. That's the button that'll kill everyone. And yeah.
I had this friend. He refused to call Gamora Gamora. It was Broccoli Lady.
Remember
Star
when
Wars
I used to
Full
call
One.
him Lorax?
I am the Lorax, and I speak for the trees.
I'm the Larks. I speak.
I'm getting disapproving looks from my family through the window.
I'm also putting instructions in the chat in case you guys like want to see that.
It's DNA.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know why, but in my mind I'm going,
I
oh,
just don't
dang.
think we can use everything we're learning right now to get away with murder.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Please do
Oh,
not.
Get away-
Just grind it up. No, you make it into sausages like I read in that horror book. Grind it up.
You know what feels illegal, but for some reason isn't? Thomas the
What?
Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine feels illegal. Like, it feels like we should not be able to watch it. But for some
Look.
reason, you can.
Do you know what feels really illegal? Like being able to do something on your own.
Metallica's Garage album, that feels illegal. So bad.
Like, you know, a moment when you like something that feels illegal is like reading a book at like really late at
Yes,
night.
whenever you want to move on, tell me.
You know what feels illegal but isn't illegal?
Let's
Like,
move on.
Anyone who's like read or watched Twilight knows, but that like scene where Edward saves Bella, it feels illegal knowing that it was Edward who saved her.
Okay, guys, time to move on.
Is everyone done with mixing this stuff in?
Yes, we have this weird. Is this what it's supposed to look like?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Justice,
sure
yes.
that's what mine looks like.
Mine is
That's
Okay.
exactly what mine looks like too.
Okay, good job.
Mine as well.
Now we're gonna
It's
be
looking much more
moving on
delicious
to the
than I
next
thought
step.
it would. I thought it was gonna look all gross.
Let's
Okay,
hold
now, Jess, can you
You
explain
put
the
the
part
coffee
about
filter
the
over the cup, right?
Okay. So wait.
You remember how to do it, Jess?
I think so.
Okay, so get the cup, the clear cup I gave you guys. Get that, put it on the table, and then get the coffee filter that we got last week, and then
And also,
how do you
please
put it
be
on?
very, 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 very careful with that coffee filter because it will break, and you don't want pieces of clumps of strawberry going into the cup. So please be super duper careful with that coffee filter.
Sadly, that always happens to me when I use I always end up like the
Yeah.
coffee filter moves, and I'm like,
Okay.
no.
So what you want to do is, yes, what you can see how Angelica has set it up on her desk. That's how you want to set it up. You want to put the coffee filter like sitting in the cup, but make sure, but also hold onto it with one hand. And then what you want to do is slowly pour the solution into the coffee filter and just let it like sit there, and slowly it will start to drip out into the cup. And what you want is that, yeah.
This could either
Does
go
anyone
very
have any-
good or very bad.
No, yeah, there is no in between. It's either gonna work or it's not.
Yeah, please be careful while doing this. And yeah. This will take some time for the solution to start dripping out, so you have to be
I already messed this up completely.
patient.
Hey,
No.
go back to square one.
Oh, yeah, please be careful while doing this, because
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
go get
it might be easier if you guys have rubber bands or something to use a rubber band to tie the coffee filter around the clear cup.
I
So then the
have
coffee filter won't like fall in.
salt puree all over my table. Isn't that great? It's all over my
You don't have
table.
a rubber band.
Hell.
Nope, I'm doing good.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
what we
put
were
the
afraid of.
filter out.
You have to be super careful.
Now I'm scared to take the filter out because it's
You know
gonna
what I'm gonna
break.
Excuse my. We're just gonna do that. Eat, then hope that we don't die while we do this. Okay.
Why do I feel like
There's
I'm
only, like,
making
one
like some
cup of
random
strawberry.
potion?
It's all over my table. Besides that, it's pretty good.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Could you get me some paper towels? Just hand me them, because I got something all over the table. Some of the strawberry mixture, and I want to clean it up.
You want to clean it up?
There are some paper napkins on the other side of your computer, but you'd have to turn your computer.
Okay. So could you get me some more, please?
Yeah.
So that I can place them on the table.
Why don't you just do this?
That one's all dirty-ish.
Anyways, are you guys' families watching the football thing?
Probably not.
Cool. I only like today for the food. I could care less about football.
There you go.
is it are you seeing that there's stuff dripping down at the bottom?
Sure.
Wait, Charlotte, are the cups clear?
The cups are
Okay.
clear, yeah.
Okay, so you can hopefully some stuff is starting to drip, and you need to make sure that the coffee filter is not like tearing up or anything, otherwise it's just all gonna fall and it will be pointless. So if you see it like tearing up, then just stop, and that's the solution that you have. You just won't have as much DNA, but it's fine. It should be fine.
Update, my coffee filter has broken. We have moving on to
How does my coffee machine do this with no problem?
because it's a machine. God.
Yeah, you want to make sure that the coffee filter stays there and just like doesn't break. I recommend wrapping a rubber band around it so it sticks onto the cup. And then just like slowly dump the contents of the strawberry bag into the coffee filter so you start getting juice dripping down into the cup.
So slow.
That is sort of already happening, but I already had chaos happen a bit, so I'm not going to let it happen again.
Well, your chaos can't be that bad. I already broke the coffee filter. So.
Well, I spilled some of the strawberry mixture all over the table, but I got it cleaned up.
If you broke your coffee filter, I think a paper towel might work.
My coffee filter isn't broken though.
I've used a paper towel.
Remember to go slowly so you don't break your coffee
Yes,
filter.
please go slowly.
Even though it may be exciting.
Ah, dang it. I broke the napkin also. Okay, moving right along.
I'm just mostly trying not to get the mixture from spilling over into into the side of the thing and falling on the table.
That's why you have to go really, really slowly. Let it drip kind of slowly into the coffee filter.
Don't do what I did. Kids, learn from my mistakes.
And if you're brave, you might want to like maybe shake the cup a little to get the juice dripping faster, but you also have to be super careful or else you might get a lot of spillage.
Why do I feel like I'm making some like potion or like something really
I
random?
feel that way too.
I feel like that one scene in Harry Potter where it's like they had what's his face teaching potions instead of Snape because Snape was dark arts.
Slughorn?
Slughorn. Yeah, Slughorn was teaching potions at the time. because it was the 6th book. Snape was like, yeah, I'm that kid, been that kid, stayed that kid, will forever be that kid. I am the dark defense against the dark arts teacher. So, yeah, where Slughorn, like, Harry Potter got, like, Harry got the book. It's like, this Half-Blood Prince, And
Okay, we all know that potion, like the love potion or whatever it was called. What do you think your potion would smell like?
Oh, the luck one or whatever it's called. The love potion. Mine probably would smell like Guitar Center. So like rainy Saturday morning Guitar Center in Hollywood.
No, mine would smell probably like chocolate.
I don't like
Mine would definitely smell like chocolate. I love chocolate a lot.
Chocolate, Nutella, and
mine would
strawberries.
smell like my reptile.
Yes.
Honestly.
Mine would just smell like food.
Mine would also smell like mango because mango is delicious.
I don't like mango.
Okay, we're gonna watch this next part.
Okay. I was allergic, so I had an allergy to it that I ended up growing out of, but like still it was there for a long time that I haven't eaten it, and then like when it was time I actually tried it, I didn't like it.
Oh, disgusting.
Okay, guys, we're gonna watch this part after you guys have juice at the bottom, which might take a few more minutes. But we're just gonna watch this next part to tell you the
We don't
next
have
step.
enough juice yet, I don't think.
Yeah, okay. But we're gonna just watch this first. So after you have enough juice, we know what we're gonna do next. So that's like the juice.
Now what's happened is the DNA has come through and it's in that water. Now DNA stays quite nicely dissolved in water, but it doesn't stay dissolved in alcohol. So what we need to do is we need to add alcohol. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour this into here. Now you can do all this with your own spit if you like, but it takes quite a bit of time to get enough spit together to be able to get a really good set that you can look at. Now I have got a really high proof alcohol. This is actually a white rum, really high proof, which is great, but you can use methylated spirits if you want to use a cheaper option. And what we're going to do is we're just going to add alcohol to the top of this. Now you don't want to mix it in too much. What you're going to do is you're going to basically rest this alcohol here.
Okay, so that's after you guys have the juice. So that was just like a little preview. But we're gonna wait until until you guys have gathered all the juice.
I feel like
I don't have all the juice yet, definitely. Because there's way more strawberry mixture or whatever thing
forbidden
in the top.
You really only need a little bit, but you don't need that much. Jess, how much juice should you need?
You should have. Oh yeah, that looks good. You wait. Okay. Wow. That actually worked very successfully. You guys, that is more than enough juice that that you need. So good job, everyone. You got a lot of juice.
I hardly have any.
Wait, that's the wrong
Is
one.
How did you get more than me, Willa?
I just did what I was told.
My coffee filter keeps on breaking and it
It
sucks.
doesn't feel any better, that's how much I have. So.
Dude, this is how much I have.
And there's still pieces of strawberry in it. And
I guess I just mashed my thing really well or something.
Yeah, that too, maybe.
We're just gonna remove this without it falling, hopefully. Yeet. Oh no. No. Dang it. Oh well, just
I love how you said
It's
yeet
garden.
monotonely like yeet.
into the garden. Yep, that can. It's fertilizer for all I care. I hope that was
Okay, Jess, are they done or do we have to wait more?
Yeah. We can move on. Okay, so moving on. You all have your solutions now, and then so tilt the empty clear cup and then pour the rubbing alcohol in it.
What are we supposed to do with the coffee filter?
You don't need it anymore.
Throw it away.
Mine's still full of juice thing.
You can wait more or you can throw it away because you don't need that much.
Well, there's way too much stuff in the coffee filter right now, so.
About how much alcohol do we need to pour in?
Here, I'll show you. Just like really, you just need so you really just need probably a spoonful, maybe, or watch this video.
on the top. And you'll see that where the two layers meet, the DNA is going to start to come out of solution. It doesn't like being in solution in the alcohol. It can't do it. So what it does is it starts to precipitate out. We'll do about equal amounts of each one. So equal amounts of alcohol to strawberry juice, like this.
So equal parts.
And you can see it already. So you can see what looks like sort of like clouds or cotton wool. And that's the DNA starting to precipitate out of solution. So if you have a look where the two layers meet, you can see what looks like cotton wool, little strands of cotton wool coming out of solution there. And that's the DNA starting to precipitate out. If you leave it for a little bit, what you'll get is a layer of what looks like clouds. And that's the DNA that you can actually see there. So we'll just leave that for a bit and you'll get a better look at it, like that. And that's something you can really easily do at home, so you can actually see DNA yourself.
What's something that feels legal but isn't? What we're doing right now.
Okay. So next, you guys are just going to basically use the spoon I gave you guys. And then just like she did, just pour the alcohol. And the alcohol is basically the clear liquid in the plastic bag I gave you guys. So you guys can just like stick your spoon into that clear liquid like in the plastic bag and just pour it into the cup with the strawberries. And then don't shake the cup.
Rubbing alcohol is just forbidden water.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah, just make sure to not shake the cup. You just like pour the alcohol on top of the strawberries. And then you wait like a couple minutes and then you'll see the DNA form.
Okay, I have to ask my mom something.
Okay.
Oh, ew. Ew, why does it look like that?
From the university did I get this?
I don't know, you did really well. Just pull it directly from the back.
It says I switched them more than half.
Can I pour it directly or do I just use the spoon?
How did I get this much?
That's a lot. So now pour like
Ridiculous amount. That's what it is.
Yeah.
There's
So if you
still
have
more
like
coming out.
if you have 2 spoons strawberry, then pour in 2 spoons of alcohol. So you need equal parts. Alcohol is the clear liquid I gave you in the plastic bag. Just use a spoon and just dump it on top of the strawberry and just let it sit. Don't shake it or anything.
Does this look good? I don't need to put my camera.
Life is interesting
Just
right
let the
now.
alcohol
I
sit
looked and I
on
saw
top.
one
Yeah,
of the
Brianna, that
butterfly
works.
lamps.
Okay.
One of
Let
the
it sit.
butterfly lamps we have at my house, the shadow looks like Pikachu.
That's cool.
I want to eat it. Everything is telling me to eat it, except my brain. My brain is the only thing that knows better right now.
Is anyone confused right now?
I'm confused.
They look like poop particles.
Okay, what are you confused about?
I'm confused about why I have so much.
I'm
That's
confused
good.
about
That's a good thing. You got lucky.
I'm confused about how Brianna knows what poop particles looks like.
Okay, so story time. I was in, I think it was Scotland. It was either Scotland or Australia, because those are the only 2 places where I have a poop story. This one was in Scotland, because of the hotel name. I don't remember it, but I remember it was some weird Scottish name that I couldn't pronounce. It's me.
My coffee filter broke.
It's okay. You got the solution already, so it's fine.
Can I pour it directly from the
No, but all my stuff fell into the solution.
Oh my god. That's what. Okay.
Good grief. I should not have let that happen.
Maybe try to scoop out the solid stuff and just leave the liquid stuff inside.
Can I pour it directly?
And after you have like the liquid, and then pour in the alcohol and just let it sit.
Maybe I can fix it with. Oh, that's a much easier.
Okay, tell the rest of your story, Brianna.
Probably. Ask. Would this work for getting the solution back into the cup?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, cause
Put it over your measuring. And just pour from the cup into the measuring cup.
Yeah, this is much easier.
Yeah. And then after you get that, pour the alcohol in, and then just let it sit.
Okay.
You hadn't poured the alcohol in yet?
Nope, I hadn't.
Okay.
Tell the rest of your story, Brianna, please.
Oh, right. Okay. So we get upstairs. We're in this room, and like Scotland is their hotel. That's the one we were standing in, and it's like the most contact hotel. It's
Yeah,
laid out in a way where it's like it's just
Flushed anymore?
a house.
But I do need the cup.
And it's kind of like there's a circle of houses around one big house, and that big house in the middle is like the lobby, right? So you go to our house thingy, our room, and I have to use the bathroom. So and there's like rooms in it, like it looks like a house. There's like rooms, 2 stories. So go into my room. I really like to use the bathroom. I open the toilet, and there is, I kid you not, like dissolved poop. Where all that was left was the particles. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Also, Mom, have your rubber band back.
I came out of the little container by the.
Okay, I'll put it back later.
And then the Australian story is the more like funny one. So basically, we were driving and there's like kangaroos on the side of the road and whatever. And I swear, like it pooped. It pooped. And then like another animal, I don't know what it was, I've ever seen in my life, legit came behind and
You
started.
don't need the bag either.
Thought I was gonna die.
I don't need the bag, I don't think. Do I need the bigger bag that we mashed the strawberries in?
No, you can throw it away.
Okay.
Let me get together all the things.
Yeah.
Is everyone done pouring the alcohol in?
Yes.
I haven't put mine in yet because I haven't gotten much farther than making the solution.
And this is Forky. Me, Forky. I'm trash.
Okay.
Or was trash.
So just Angelia. Everyone else has poured their.
This smells really strongly.
Yeah, rubbing alcohol.
I'm sorry if I offended anyone.
Is this
Yeah.
the kind of alcohol we use on cold sores?
Maybe we use it on the thermometer.
On the thermometer?
To clean the.
Rubbing alcohol kills bacteria, Willa.
Oh.
Yeah, basically the reason you're adding everything in is basically you're trying to break down the nucleus, the cell membrane to get the DNA inside.
Get away from the edge, otherwise you might end up with a whole thing of strawberry on your lap.
Okay. That would not be fun.
No.
One bit.
No, because then you wouldn't have any left.
Yeah. And
So
then strawberry liquid equals no experiment.
I know. I don't want that for you.
Yeah. Especially after I got so much liquid.
I know.
my mom just burned the brownies. Oh well.
Am I the only one who's ever rage quit a game?
I rage quit. Okay. Mario Kart. Mario Kart and Super Smash.
I've raged before on.
Okay, guys, I have to go
Okay,
now.
if
'cause
you
I have
guys have
something
poured in the
to-
alcohol,
Yeah.
you might see like a white fluffy, white wispy cloud thingies in it. Yeah, Isabella sees it. And you can use like the back of the spoon to take it out, to just like scoop out the white wispy stuff. And that's DNA.
That.
Yeah, if you see the white wispy stuff, that's DNA. And it's like kind of sticky if you touch it.
Oh.
Wait, I can technically grow a human with this. I'm not a human.
I mean, you might need more stuff.
Grow strawberry plants.
Oh, that feels disgusting. No.
Also,
Okay.
since you're allergic to
have to-
strawberries, you might get a reaction. Just to warn you.
Okay, I have to leave now. I'll leave you guys with Charlotte, but enjoy the
Okay,
rest of
bye.
your this session.
Well, we're
Okay.
almost done.
Yeah,
Has
you're
everyone
almost done. Okay.
poured in their alcohol?
Bye bye, guys.
Not yet.
Okay.
Nope.
She looks so perfect standing there in my American apparel.
This is taking a while because I'm just spooning it in.
Lipstick stains is a work of art. You got your name tattooed in the thing. Oh my gosh. Why so many flags? There's only
So I'm just gonna like show you guys why this experiment worked. So we all know that all cells have DNA. And so the dishwashing soap, like the green stuff we put in, that basically like opened up the cells and it made the cells release their DNA. And then the salts that we added, it makes the DNA strands clump together. And then when they're clumped together, you form like the white, clear, gooey DNA strands that you can see. And that's because the salt made the DNA come together. And now you can see the white.
Things. I'm gonna put in more of this.
But yeah, Isabella, I see Isabella has some.
Oh, what on earth? This is
Yeah, that's
taking
basically DNA.
forever.
Oh, it smells
I'm
disgusting.
doing this.
It is kind of disgusting,
Ow.
but
Ew.
that's what it is.
Maybe it's because you have so much liquid that it'll just, maybe if you had less liquid, you'd have a different reaction time. I don't know. But it looks
No.
like something's happening in there.
Yeah, there's
I don't
a
like
ton of clouds.
Oh my.
Looks like squished rice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my spoon. Yay.
I see lots of strands.
The
Yeah.
liquid just kind of looks like before you put in anything like else in the liquid, it kind of looks like lemonade.
I have so many. Wow.
Oh my.
Oh, and here's a reminder to just keep everything you did not use. Okay. But yeah, that's basically the end for today. You guys can continue like touching the DNA if you want, or whatever, show your friends or your family and stuff. But I would recommend you throw away the cup and everything. You throw away all the stuff like after maybe today, because then it'll start to smell really bad because the rubbing alcohol smells bad, and then your strawberries are gonna rot. So just throw it away after you're done. But yeah.
No.
Eve.
All the DNA strands are getting stuck to the spoon.
Yeah, because it's really sticky. The salt caused the DNA to come together.
Yeah.
Ah, don't leave. Don't get off my spoon. Don't get off my spoon. Magical DNA.
I think that some of the DNA strands are staying away from other ones because they come from different strawberries.
Yes.
Maybe.
True that. True that.
Wow.
You don't leave my spoon, magical DNA.
I haven't put my rubbing alcohol in it, and it kind of smells like edible.
Ew.
Don't eat it.
Stink.
Don't eat it. Oh my God.
I know, but like it smells good.
You have a strange sense of smell. It smells awful.
I mean, I have eaten certain dog treats
When
before.
they're giving a shot.
Okay. Look, the carob treats. They're all right. The
Oh,
peanut butter
wow.
ones too.
But you guys are free to go if you're done, or if you guys.
Oh, okay.
I have so much
So,
DNA.
bye guys. Bye. See you next
Oh,
week.
more alcohol for me.
See you next week at the same time.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thanks for coming. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.